Good morning, everyone. Only one more day till our big show down in Minneapolis, but we have a lot of exciting things coming up here today.
We definitely do. I think both you and I are like bouncing off the walls, getting ready to go.
Just a little bit.
I will say this, I'm shocked that Kirstie Larson's even here this morning because of what's happening around noontime in Minneapolis.
I kind of wanted to call in sick, but then calling in sick today and then going back to work tomorrow might have been a little suspicious. Justin Timberlake, though, is down in Minneapolis, obviously, for the big Pepsi halftime show. And he's doing a press conference. But Beth and Alex are going to be out there. Yeah. They'll have some stuff tonight, and then we'll be playing some stuff tomorrow morning on our show as well.
By the way, what's his new album, Man of the Woods or whatever? And have you seen the cover when he's covered in the
like
Chicago Bears blanket?
No. Well, it's like isn't it like a tribal print on it?
I think maybe we put the video, but he's covered.
I thought it was like half suit, half like
blanket thing. He's like out in the middle of a field, and he tweeted it yesterday. He goes, "Yeah, it's this cold in Minneapolis right now."
Maybe that was just his like Minnesota coat.
Yeah, exactly. Other than the fact that it's Bears colors, but. All right, we're gonna rev up those engines today. Tell you what you can do to see this year's Monster Jam. Also.
Woohoo!
I'll let you do this one.
Purses, handbags. Oh my, Aji Burke's going to be showing us some of the trendiest bags that we all will want for this year. Plus, tomorrow it's National Wear Red Day. So we're going to be talking about how you can help women fight cardiovascular disease just by wearing red. But before we get to all of that fun, I know a lot of people were so sad to wake up this morning. Lisa, at least the sun's out, right? There's a silver lining.
Yes, see, we're doing okay here with the sunshine, and the wind will eventually ease up a little bit too, so that will give us a break here coming up later today. It's still out there this morning, still causing some problems for us. So if you're going to head out, you'll notice the sun out your window, but it will feel brutal when you step out the door. Here's a look at what we have going on. First of all, a wind chill advisory for the Valley, and checking out your wind chills, we're down to 33 below in Langdon and over in Bemidji at 33 below. It's 25 below in Fargo, and your wind chill in Grand Forks 21 below at the moment. So all of us 20s to 30s below. Of course, we know the drill at these numbers. We want to make sure that we're bundling up and putting on layers and covering up your skin here. Don't want to get frostbite if you're going to be outside for a long stretch. And our temperatures right now, 5 below in Fargo, 6 below in Grand Forks. And your current reading in Langdon and Devil's Lake, those are 11 below. That's our lowest number on the map right now. And wind speeds are still going. We've got a gust to 22 miles per hour in Fergus Falls and in Bemidji 23. The wind blowing in out of the northwest. So that's just going to keep bringing in that cold air. We're just going to be stuck with it today. And it is picking up some snow and blowing it around. So especially in those open areas in the country, we're dealing with some lower visibility in some spots in northern Minnesota, especially Foston at 1.25 miles visibility. Checking out your radar and satellite map, we've got some areas of clouds up north, pretty few and far between, we'll say, with mostly sunny skies here in Fargo and other parts of the tri-state area. So a quick look at your hour-by-hour planner. We'll continue to have those temperatures below zero through the rest of the morning. And getting into the afternoon, it's a struggle, but we'll rise to a toasty, warm 1 degree in Fargo for your high. And those of us in southeastern North Dakota, those will be the areas where we have the best bet for some positive numbers, even down into parts of Lakes Country. Up north, we spend the day below zero throughout the day. Notice that wind, though. It's easing up. It's by this afternoon and evening. We'll see that wind a lot lighter. However, that's going to combine with clear skies and that sunset tonight to allow those temperatures to drop. So we're going to be down into the teens below even at the 10 o'clock hour tonight, and maybe getting colder through the overnight hours. Check out our photo. We've gotten a lot of these. We have a gallery of all of the eclipse photos that we received from you guys. This is that blood moon from yesterday morning. This is taken in South Fargo. Thanks, Kyle. And your 7-day planner, it's Groundhog Day tomorrow. We'll warm up really quickly for one day, back to 16 degrees for your high. We do have a system swinging through us. It's going to be bringing in some clouds and some snow, which means Phil, if he was in Fargo, he would not see his shadow, which, of course, lore says that means that we have an early spring, but we all know what's up. We know that's not going to happen for us here in the upper Midwest. Winter will be hanging around for a while, and you can see that on our 7-day planner. We descend right back down into those single-digit highs starting on Saturday. So, again, you'll need all that winter gear still, even as we move into February.
Is that the groundhog's name, Phil?
Punxsutawney Phil, that's the groundhog in Pennsylvania. I know other communities have different
Why are you
groundhogs,
laughing?
different creatures, all sorts of animals that
I'd want
help
like
predict the weather.
Gary the groundhog. That sounds like reliable Gary.
Maybe we should have a bison, you know, doing the predictions. I don't
There
know
we
how
go.
that
We
would...
could get Corso
Yeah.
from the Wapton Zoo.
How about
There we
this?
go.
Hinkapah Zoo.
Whatever it takes to tell us we're going to have an early spring, let's have that animal do it. Because I'll tell you
Chris
what,
is ready to pay up.
this morning I like put gas in my car and I thought, oh, okay, it's, you know, cold out. But I mean, it was like go right through you.
Yeah.
One of those things where you hustle back in the car. And I remember getting like, oh, like you're just
Yeah.
so cold I want to scream.
I hate that you can't have the car running when you're pumping gas.
Right.
Because
I
if your
know.
car hadn't warmed up enough before, you have to go pump gas, and then you go outside, and then you get back in, and you're like, I'm just sitting in the cold.
I'm sitting in a cool
Sure.
car.
Brutal. That's why we're going. Thank you very much, Lisa.
You bet.
Glad you're at home watching us, hanging out. So we want to continue our best of the U.S. campaign. A athlete that many of us know, favored to win a medal because she's from Minnesota,
Whoop, whoop.
Miss Lindsey Vonn.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hi, Dad.
Hotter than a fantasy. Lonely like a highway. She's living in a world and it's on fire. Filled with catastrophe. But she knows she can fly away.
Lindsey Vonn rockets into the fencing.
She got her head in the clouds and she's not backing down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on
Get our Olympic Zone show premieres next Thursday, February 8th at 6:30 on KVLY, and that's going to be Monday through Saturday that you can catch coverage of the Winter Olympics. I know a lot of people have been talking about Lindsey Vonn since there's a lot of that Super Bowl stuff happening. There's actually events happening at the ski hill where she got her very first Olympic introduction. where She
Nice.
kind of did some of her trials, so very fun to have her, and obviously had to overcome a lot too.
Oh my gosh, some of those video in there with the crashes, you're like, wait a second, I don't remember those parts. So coming up this weekend, the most action-packed, family-friendly sports races ever to make it to the Fargo Dome.
Yeah, so we have Monster Jam Tour Coordinator Heather here to tell us about Monster Jam 2018. And I just want to talk about first, this is something loud, fun, and for the whole family.
Yes, everybody will love it from all ages. They bring them out from little bitty all the way up to the grandparents. It's a great family-friendly event.
Now, this is something that a lot of people look forward to being brought to the Fargo Dome every year. So what are they going to get to see this year?
This year's different. We're bringing the triple threat, which involves the monster trucks, speedsters, and quads this year. So they get 3 different events with all the athletes driving them.
So what's a speedster? Because I heard you said you might have Kristi in one if she was going to be in town tomorrow.
Absolutely, but no, she's going to go to this, Minneapolis.
Super Bowl. Start it.
So what is it?
Speedster is just it's a smaller vehicle that they can drive around in, and they go over the jumps just like the same obstacles that the monster trucks do, except for minus they're not jumping cars in them.
So, but that's not a speedster, right?
No, that is the Monster Jam trucks.
Okay, I was like, Larson's going to be driving one of those?
No.
It's more like a Razor side by side,
And what was
vehicle.
the third vehicle you said is going to be out
a
there?
quad ATV.
And so those are going to be like
Four-wheelers.
really small.
Yeah, those are your 4-wheelers.
So for people that have never gone before, why head out there this weekend?
Well, this year you have all 3
Yeah.
over 1 from last year, so you get to see a lot more action.
Now, I want to talk about some of those teams that are going to be out there and some of the drivers, some of the different trucks, because I've gotten to meet some of them, and they are just sometimes just crazy people. They have to love adrenaline. They have to love
Yes.
the danger aspect, but also just pleasing the crowds, too.
Absolutely. You have one of our drivers, Kristen, who I believe you interviewed her father a couple years ago. First female in a gravedigger. Great. We also have Bernard Light, who drives Alien. He will be doing some tricks that no other driver does, so that's pretty exciting for you to see.
Yeah.
So what kind of tricks are you talking about?
You'll have to wait and see.
Oh, she's not going to give it away.
No.
But what's really cool is if people haven't been there, they fill this Fargo Dome floor with all of this dirt and the jumps, and then they even have to make sure that people are sitting back so that way they don't get anything on them.
Absolutely. We have what we call safety holds, and we just make sure that there's no chance of anything, dirt or anything like that coming up and getting them.
So do you tour around to each location then with people?
I do, actually. I travel all over the country, and I've actually had the chance to travel all over the world.
Wow.
That's awesome.
For people who then are seeing it for the first time, what's something you never get sick of hearing them say?
Gravedigger.
They are always interested in that one. That's the one that I last year got to.
Right?
I sat in it and I got to start the engine. I did not drive it.
You've done more than I have. I have not gotten inside a truck yet.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
Woo-woo.
Just haven't had the chance.
Maybe this weekend. I know who you can talk to.
You have a connection, huh?
I might have a connection.
I've heard
for
you've been
you.
on top of a truck as well.
I did. I stood right on the top of the roof of one of those monster trucks. My photographer stood up in the stands and then showed.
And you were doing that.
I was standing up there.
That's awesome.
Getting down was a little hard and difficult.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. It's not an easy feat, that's for sure.
So let's talk about the shows. They're happening this weekend.
Yes, we have a show tomorrow, Friday night at 7 p.m. And then we have a pit party on Saturday that's from 12 to 2. And then we have the show at 3.
And the pit party, that's something that's kind of been newly introduced too.
That is where you can get up and close and personal with the drivers, get pictures taken with them and then next to the trucks. And then we usually have maybe like a balloon twister down there and sometimes face painters and stuff like that.
Nice.
In the pit
Yeah.
party.
It's kind of cool too because then if you bring like your kids with you and then they're standing next to these wheels, you can then get a better picture of the size of these.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the tires are taller than I am.
Yeah. Yeah, they're giant. And so if people are interested, I mean, this is kind of one of those things. It only comes once a year.
Correct.
And you kind of regret it if you don't go.
Absolutely, definitely, if you get the chance, go.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Should be a good weekend. All right, stay with us. We got much more coming up right here with Jody Harvilla right after this.